Welcome to the Faux for Faux review. If you don't know what that means, we're literally in phase 4 of MCU, and this is obviously the fourth Thor movie. Thor Love and Thunder came out theaters last weekend, but obviously we have to bring you the review.
Babui. I'm also joining. Yay! It's like when people are like, who the hell is that?
Recognize this person. So Thor Love and Thunder, I want to say reunites Jane Foster and Thor, basically.
Yeah, you can say that.
And of course, this review will be spoiler free, just like the others. And be like, oh my god, I haven't seen it yet. You still have time, clearly.
Before the internet throws it all off, but they've been getting good with that. I give the internet that they've been learning, I guess.
Yeah, implementing spoiler tags and all the rest of that to certain services, or just straight up going on a blackout and not paying attention to anything is probably the best case. Especially when it comes to Marvel. People just love, I don't know if they're in the theater and live tweeting and, oh my god, you won't believe what happened. So here we are. This movie largely focuses on Thor, Jane Foster, obviously, and the villain, the great Christian Bale. Yes, he plays himself. I'm joking. He doesn't. He plays Gorr the God Butcher, but his performance was just like that. And I'm not just saying that because he's one of my faves.
Yeah, you can say he slayed the role.
Oh my god. Why?
He killed it, though.
He did.
So many
He
puns.
honestly did.
So many puns.
You know what? I can't even say that, but yeah, he did well.
I'm glad they went with the nose option.
Oh, for sure.
On that, they kept his nose. That was all right.
It's the cosmetics of it all.
Imagine.
That would have been weird.
Voldemort and shit.
Literally.
Would that be copyright because that was out first? I don't know.
Would it be? But then again, oh my god, I'm always going to go back to this. The whole Disneyfication of Marvel. I feel like that would just be another IP flex. Look what else we got. And it's just, okay, cameos, product placement, and everything else we can jam pack into a movie. It's a lot.
Yeah, but I like what was it? The slow montage that it had going in, like they do with all that, I guess reminding you. Well, it's in the trailer, doing that whole walkthrough, but they added more stuff. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, like the him from Boy to
yeah,
basically.
It was all right. It lasted longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah, of course. It always lasts longer than it needs to. Movies are 2-hour minimum, so you already know what you're getting into when it comes to Marvel movies. And I guess I can say it's just following the trend of providing the audience with the backstory, kind of like a soft, I don't even want to call it soft, recap. Because they pretty much give you the story if you aren't too privy to it. Even if you hadn't seen the other 3 Thors, you'll be fine watching this. Or if you haven't seen them in a while, you'd be perfectly fine just watching this.
I kind of forget because I don't count Dark World. So it's like, oh yeah, this is the 4th one.
Yeah. Very adaptable, easy to get into. I'm not going to say that that's a great thing because certain plot points should have been stretched a bit more, but it's 2 hours. What else are they going to give us besides, jokes that we didn't ask for?
Yeah, and then I've noticed, since what? I guess they learned from Dark World because when Ragnarok came out, now this one is more comedic.
Very much so. Very Disney-ish.
I was surprised. I was like, how do you do this much comedy in this storyline in particular?
I guess they had to lean on the comedy more so to avoid certain aspects of story.
Yeah.
Because honestly, PG-13, Marvel, we literally need to talk because where you are headed is not a PG-13 point of view. As far as true storylines and things that, occur, may not occur. I get it.
Yeah, it's getting real dicey. They might lose interest with older fans. They're gonna start to fall off.
Right. This did feel kind of kiddish.
Very memed.
Like this was for the children.
Thor was never for children. That's the funny part.
Right. Even the PG-13, I feel like that's a stretch. It wasn't anything wild or crazy to the point where oh my god, I have to shield my children's eyes. No, it's pretty tame.
Yeah, I would like to see what they do with at least a PG movie. Jeez.
This could have been PG back in the 90s. As far as the pace, I'll say it didn't feel like 2 hours. So, No.
You didn't get whiplash either, though, from how fast they went. It's all right.
Certain moments, yeah, okay, you're dragging a bit, but
they dragged the wrong parts. A lot of jokes that were funny, but they killed the joke by how long they did it.
Yeah, sometimes, man, comedic timing and delivery and callback, like that whole science of just humor. Sometimes you don't need that much. Just keep it subtle, keep it light, keep it shade. Don't OD with it because it just comes off later like, okay, that was very corny.
Given what they was trying to go for, they handled surprisingly. From what I've seen, I was like, I thought they was gonna do it horribly for Gorr, but they did it all right. I was like, okay, at least they did him fine. They didn't give enough information like I wanted, but they gave enough because that's a long storyline for him.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel rushed as well.
Yeah.
Like not too much rush. It's like the obvious part that was rushed was, come on, that was just gonna be a long thing. It's a movie within itself, that part. So
Yeah, I feel like it was a decent execution. Christian Bale did a great job in the role itself, so
yeah, he knocked it out the park. Can't stress that out enough. Because I now just seeing him do that, it's like, who else could have did that though?
I don't have anybody in mind, and nobody just pops up.
Yeah, nobody comes to mind as who could
Good
have
question.
did Gorr better or just as well.
Yeah, that'll be a bonus discussion question. I don't see anybody in that role and actually performing well.
Because Christian Bale, surprisingly, I didn't even think that he was gonna do it right. I was like, I don't know, he might be all
Please.
thespian with it. I don't know.
Nah.
I was like, I don't know. I was expecting like more of Voldemort take on it, like that raspy like speech and all that stuff.
No, he is not Shakespearean. Like he's a great actor.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like.
Sleeping on Christian Bale, yo.
I was like, I hope they don't make him try to do. No, I'm not him. I'm talking about like far as writing. It wasn't him I was worried about. I was worried about, do they want him to go all thespian with this because of like the grand idea of what he stands for?
Never know who's at the table. That is very true. Like, that's Batman. How he gonna pull up all unserious and jokey? He did a great job at it.
No, I'm surprised nobody like cried about that. Like I was expecting people to like be in an uproar with that announcement. But it was like, oh yeah, let's do that.
Well, because he's doing a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Get your money. What they gonna complain about?
Mm-hmm.
He said he was tired of doing superhero movies, but then he did this. Well, he's playing a villain. So
yeah, it's a different.
That is quite different role.
Last time he did a villain like that was what, American Psycho?
Something that memorable.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Christian Bale.
Nah. I'm wide awake when he's on screen. He didn't get enough screen time for me though. They kind of brushed him off as well though.
I was gonna say that, but might as well. Nah, not enough for me either. Obviously, what the title of the movie that clearly was they were gonna focus on for the 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like he kind of played a background as far as him being the villain, but it wasn't 100% the focus was on him.
Yeah, and that was strange to me as well.
Not saying it's a bad thing, but yeah.
Yeah, because the too much of a good thing, I think that's what they were afraid of. Like too much of a good thing is bad for you and stuff. I was like, no.
Oh yeah. They possibly didn't want him to overshine Chris.
Jane, they probably just didn't want him to overshadow that because that's two separate storylines that they're combining.
Very true. And then bringing in this is like vague talk. Like, what are you talking about? Bring us in. No. Go watch the movie. Then you'll understand.
Yes. She has no involvement with Gorr the God Butcher like that. She doesn't.
Right.
But they just tossed her in there. So that's what we're talking about as far as that's concerned.
Because they had to complete her whole, yeah.
It felt like she was the add-on.
Yeah, exactly. For phase 4 of MCU, I feel like they're doing a lot of trying to tie up of loose ends, or the tying up of loose ends.
Yeah, so they can bring in new people.
Exactly.
Which is understandable. It's the way they're going about it. It's like, my thing is like, it feels like they have no faith in their own stuff. They're like, nah, this is not going to work. They're going to cancel this out. And then every time they just shatter records and stuff, you really don't miss that much. You might hit a few grounders, but you always got on base at least.
Yeah, the pushbacks and all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes too. Having like the main plot point or the tie-in between all movies. Obviously, we're going to get it later once, more of the series and the other movies drop. But introducing the main point of contention that, we kind of know where it's going, but it hasn't been traditionally kind of wrapped into everybody's story just yet.
The name drops in there. Felt like a waste.
Yeah.
I like name drops and stuff like that. It gets me hyped for the future, but it's like, feels like you're just like, hey, remember this? We got this though.
Yeah, but we said this here. Are you saving yourself for future writing or? just in case.
Yeah, it's like because Zeus and that whole pantheon is not a something you just gloss over.
Yeah, the inclusion of the gods. I mean, obviously that had to be brought in, but
Yeah.
man, what a scene.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say. That's literally all I'm gonna
No
say
one
about
was
that.
upset about it externally.
Yeah, Russell Crowe did a good job. I wasn't expecting him.
Yes, go see it. If you go see it for nothing, go see it for that. It's like for his performance
Yeah,
in that.
in a specific moment of his performance. And you'll know exactly what it is
Yes.
when you see it. I feel like overall, I mean, it's Marvel. I wouldn't say skip it.
No, definitely go see it. You're not gonna miss much if you decide to wait for like the Disney Plus rollout or whatever, because eventually it's gonna hit there. It'll be here by February at the latest.
Oh, that's coming. I feel like it's going to be before next year for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the latest February, I see
I
it
see it before
because
then.
the Love and Thunder title. You think so?
They're probably going to play that up even more in February
Yeah, that's why I figured it would be February at the latest, like so they can play the title.
before the holidays because that'll give them a second buzz and then Black Panther's in November.
Maybe Christmas run? No, I don't know. No, that's too close to Black Panther. Then I don't think so.
I don't know because that Guardian show is coming out too. So,
Because that was always meant to be like a holiday special, wasn't it? Because it was supposed to come out like a couple of years ago.
so yes, they are playing catch up. So lovely. The timeline is literally messed up in real life as well as in the MCU. This is great. I will give this out of 5 stars. I'm like dancing between a 2.5 and a 3
Yeah, I'm on a solid 3. That's why I stand at.
because it's not bad. It's worth seeing. It's a
Yeah, it's not bad. They just lost points for stuff they didn't add,
yeah,
what they should have.
decent effects.
Yeah.
Some parts, some jokes were just okay. Shut up. But other than that,
Yeah. Literally, like, shut the screaming.
literally shut up. Somebody, anybody. I feel like they turned the freaking volume up. Those parts on purpose. Like the volume was just blaring, and I'm like,
Why is this extremely loud?
ow. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys.
Like, and you get that little, like sink in your seat a little bit because things are too loud. Like, oh, wait, what?
Man, I think it was booming.
Mm-hmm.
Fun for the family. If you do take your family, go see it. It's definitely family friendly.
You can take everyone.
Yeah, this isn't something that you can't take the kids to. So
Definitely. It was loud for kids, so yeah, you want to bring them. They'll get all the references. Trust me.
absolutely, yeah. It's not complex to the point where the kids won't understand it. They'll be asking you questions.
If you let them see Ragnarok, they can see this. But the wrap up far as that was all right. Like how they ended it, I was surprised that that was a surprising ending.
Oh, we can't talk about the ending. Oh, we can't even mention that. Spoiler free. Now I gotta be contrarian. Hey, you want no surprise?
Right? Like boo surprises.
Oh, there are mid-roll credits as well as one after credit scene too. So
You can go after the post credit because the credits are actually long, so you got enough time to try to sneak into the bathroom before that end credit comes back on because they don't last long.
you got that nice 3 minutes of it's Marvel. There's everybody's on the set. Even we made it on the credits.
The hot dog guy, the guy that brings in the bagels.
Right. Screaming Goat too. Like sheesh. The next Black Panther's next, right?
Yeah.
As far as movies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're still catching up. I don't think Black Panther's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna bring unity to Phase 4. No, it's finishing off their saga because they have a lot of responsibility to deal with, and they better not bungle it.
Oh man,
Cautiously looking forward to seeing that, but
I'm so scared. I don't know.
yeah, it's a lot. So we'll see where it goes with that. But as far as Phase 4 right now,
We're doing all right.
I can't really complain too much about the shows. It's okay.
So I think one show I've missed, and that's it. I haven't been watching Miss Marvel. I need to. I've heard great things.
Again, very Disney Channel-ish. Yeah.
I've heard good things though.
It's good effects. Again, you get the comedy. Yeah. And the cultural aspect is pretty cool because nobody actually focuses and highlights Islam like that, period. It's always either in some disrespectful type of way, some threatening violence type of way. It's not kept neutral and actually shown traditions and things that Muslims do partake in.
Oh,
So yeah, that's a definite shout out because
all the more reason to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And especially coming from a Disney lens where it has more eyes and, the audience is broad. So yeah, Marvel, you doing some good things.
Which is weird to me when I think about it now. That's weird because as much as musical stuff They do. They don't do no Bollywood type stuff by now. Like what?
Please don't give them that idea. Bollywood within itself is Disney could never, unless they bought one of those studios.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to because they can afford it.
Yes.
And then they would just make that whole
terrorize that whole genre.
Yikes. We'd be having an episode about the Disneyfication of Bollywood. Please no. Like, just keep it nice, cute. Give people some cultural sprinkles. Don't be stereotypical with it. Just continue to educate people.
Please
That's all I ask. That's all I
talking
ask.
in a Winter Soldier thing. Don't do that.
Ooh, okay. We're done. So definitely go check out the movie. Not a must see, but if you have the time, definitely go see it.
Not a must, but a should. You should see it though. You should, yeah.
A should see. You're just like, what do I do? Like,
you make the decision. How much do you like the Marvel Universe?
Pretty much. Make sure to check us out on social media, on Instagram as well as Twitter. Check out the website, verbalvibemode.com. Also get into the engagement opportunities on the Spotify app, where you can partake in a poll and discussion feature, where essentially you just comment on whatever the discussion is or whatever you feel like talking about in regards to the episode.
Mm-hmm. Sure will.
Even if it isn't relevant to the episode, I'm still going to read it and laugh. We'll see you next week.
See ya.